Today I'll look at some of the beach plants and how they protect the coastlines. This is a place where I come. It is a place where the river and that sea is meeting. Just beyond there, that backwater comes. Then there's a narrow strip of land that on the beach, and then the sea is starting. And this kind of place bears the brunt of this monsoon, heavy wind, sea erosion and all happens in this belt. And when the high tide comes, that waves become very big and start going in and all. To slow the force of that waves, there is a first line of defense. And these plants that occupy the first line of defense, among them this is a very important one. It's quite a succulent plant, and it has underground those suckers that are 3 meters, 5 meters and all long. So on the surface, even if you see only this much, as you go out, this plant for example, it's underground suckers will be there up to there and all. So, and then those roots will be there that slow down the erosion of the water. And this species is called Hydrophylax maritima, and it has the look of that like limnophilia and some of those spermacocae and such things. You see the pollution. This is the reason why I stopped using these ballpoint pens. If any of you is concerned about environment, stop using these stupidities and then go for the good old fashioned ink pen. At least it's not a use and throw. Anyway, in the first line of defense, when the waves come, they'll dash against this, and then it slows down the force of the wave, and some erosion happens here. This one has long underground meters together long underground stems, suckers and all. So those roots and all will be there that give stability to the soil here. And this plant, it is a native of our India, Sri Lanka, Thailand, maybe Burma, coastal plant, and nice thick succulent leaves are there, and the shape also is very pleasing to the eye, and soft and nice to touch, almost like a cactus only. And it is not flowered, so I can't show the flowers. Oh, very beautiful. So in this harsh zone with the salt water is washing up to it, and then full sun all day long, then very poor nutrient soils, in such places also this species thriving. Then the second one is this one, though I couldn't get the idea of this properly. I think it's the Congress grass maybe that has come. Then this plant also I have covered. It's called some taccata or something. It becomes a shrub, a tall shrub of about 10 feet and all. This one and that this one, these two are among the first line of defense, along with that Spinex, that is that one. It's called Spinifex dioicus. This one also has long underground suckers and all, like that, and then it can grow quite tall also over a period of time. can become a bush of some 1 feet and 1.5 feet and all. And along with those other two species I showed, they're all the first line of defense for to prevent that beach erosion. And there's one more species also, that is this one. This I couldn't get the ID so far. It's a kind of a grass, I think, the look of it. And it has a thin leaves, not succulent and all, smooth thin leaves. And this also has long those suckers that go for 300 meters, 200 meters and all, long suckers. So if you want to save the beach from soil erosion, all you need to plant all these as a first line of defense. Then second line of defense is those casuarina trees. So when the water force is this first line of defense plants, they slow down the flow of water. Then the water will gush down and hit the taccata and all those bushy plants. This one which they're clearing in their stupidity. Then the third line is these casuarina trees. So if there are big tidal wave kind of things are coming and all, they'll dash against these trees and slow down. And then beyond that, those mangrove species are occurring. So 3, 4, 5 species are there that form the protective layer of greenery, what nature has provided to stop that beach erosion. And when people develop, thinking that they're developing, they remove this first line and second line of defense, then you are setting the place up for getting inundated, washed out, and then there's nothing left. It will go underwater, that's all. So now we have come, I crossed from the beach, I crossed the narrow strip of sandbank and I have arrived at the backwater portion. There is a little bit of that urbanization is there, national highway and all. And this is where the river flows down to meet the ocean. Here the water is it's not sea water. This is the zone where that salt water and sea water both occur. So during the high tide, that sea water comes in and goes inwards, and then during the low tide the sea water recedes and fresh water will come. So all the forms of life which occur here, they have to be able to cope with this peculiar situation. This species, I have made a separate video of it. It's a large bushy kind of plant. This is also one of the important lines of defense on the beach. One more plant here, looks like a parasite or something. I don't have the identity of this. So that is little bit about the beach plants.